Hi guys, welcome back to the Small Barn Workshop. I hope you are well. The last few weeks have been really busy here. I'm working my way through the to-do list based on the video I made a few weeks ago. Over the last few days, I've now come back into the workshop and started the enabling works on this left-hand wall, which I need to pretty much totally rebuild. Now, to do that, I bought myself a cheap laser level. In fact, it's been up here on this shelf since about December. I picked it up from Screwfix last time I put a order on, and I didn't pay a lot of money for it. It was about 40 euros, about £40 I think. I thought today we'd unbox this and I'll show you what I've got in store for it over the next few weeks as I rebuild, and also a couple of projects away from the workshop around the house that this will be really useful for too. Okay, so firstly, let's blow the dust off it. It's been there a while. So this is a Magnusson self-leveling laser. Plastic presentation box, and that is it. Appears to be an on-off switch. I know the on-off switch is there. Tripod mount, which we'll have a look at in a bit. Battery compartment, and there is no battery supplied with this, sadly. And we have got a LED. Number one is the LED. Number two is the mode button, and then we've got the on-off switch on the top. We've got a tripod mount on the bottom, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. And that is the entire instructions. The rest of it is just health and safety stuff about don't shine in your eyes. So, okay, let's go and get some batteries and also get a tripod mount. Okay, so I've got from my battery drawer stash of batteries. I only need two. So I'll flip the little drawer up and put the batteries in. So there we go. Closes that. Hey, there we go. And we know it works. Now I've got a little tripod mount here from one of my cameras. So I'll just screw that on the bottom. And like some of these more expensive lasers, this is not magnetic, so you can't just magnetize it to something. Right, tripod. So just set out this tripod. That's for my DJI sports camera. I don't need that now. Just plonk that, lock it off. There we go, we're tripod mounted. So I've now got some adjustment with a tripod. I've got that adjustment, and this is just a cheap Amazon tripod. They're about £20. So I've got a little bit of adjustment with this. Now rotate that as well, that way. And then I've got the pan, and we've only really got a few adjustments on here. We've got a laser on the front. We've got an on-off button at the top, which is a push to hold to turn it on. And then at the side, we've got the lock switch where we can... Too many tripods, Gracie. And then we've got our mode switch. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the workshop lights out so we can see this better. So basically, turn it on, press the button on the top, and then to cycle through the modes, press the button on the top lightly. Horizontal, vertical, and both. Now there is a button on the side that locks. It's like a gimbal on the inside. So the inside is free flowing, so it self-levels. So as you can see with the lock off, it does that. Now if I move it so we know it's not in a level position, it flashes. And then as I bring it into level, then lines, there we go, will stop flashing, which now means it's level. So we're now level. So if I get my little spirit level, now the boards on the side of this barn are totally not level. We know that, we know the barn's not level. But in theory, if I level that up with them lines there and there, we are level. Yeah, that is level. And the same, I can get my level in there. Yeah, and run the laser on the top of that level. That's absolutely level. So that's good. Actually does illustrate how out of level the barn is. First thing I need to do with my job is support this beam, take this off, take this timber off. So if I just put that back level, take the lock off, let it find its level, just let it find the level there on that beam. So when I do put my timber on there, I can actually put my timber on there under that beam, level, fix it in place, and it'll be plumb. Perimeter, I've done up there for example. Let's just shine it on that back wall. Well, that board's 370 from the laser level. 370 on my tape measure there. So I can actually now measure down the wall and let the laser at the tip measure. So that's 390, that's 390, that's 390, and that's 370. Basically that's telling me that this wall is bellying out by about 20 millimeters, which actually compared to what was happening at the back wall is quite good. And in terms of it being plumb, so measure down here at 370, and then in there say at 340. So actually that tells me that the wall is going like this as well. So as I start to repair this wall now, I've got my vertical lines there, and I've also got my horizontal line. So my ceiling, so I know that my ceiling is going to be there. So basically that's 640 from there, and as then I work across here, I can measure 640 on there. That's my ceiling height. So this is going to help me set out this part of the barn wall. So it should be more accurate than using a level, a short level. The accuracy of this laser is 3 millimeters over 5 meters, which is actually the length of the barn. So that should be good. So if I can get everything level in 3 mil over the length of the barn, I'll be very happy. Once I start doing this wall properly, I'll be using this level, and you'll see a little bit more of me using that. Now the one thing it doesn't do, which is a shame, but of course then you move on to a much more expensive level, is it doesn't project a full 360, which is quite useful when you're setting out ceilings and setting out other things, that you can put it on a datum and it just pings a continuous line around the building. This basically gives you 180, it goes up the wall and a little bit up the ceiling, which is enough to find a level on, say, a rafter, and then project that level down. If I wanted to project that line from that rafter down the wall, I can do that there. So that projects it down onto the floor down there. If you can see it, it's down there just by that little evolution. And actually, and across the saw as well. You can see it there, across the saw. You know, for £40, totally happy with it. Right, let's just have a look at a couple of other things I want to look at around the house to see how it works out. And the first thing is to survey the flatness of the floor in the terrace. So let's go over to the terrace. Like that, and I can see that on the back wall. I want to tile this floor, but I do know that it's slightly out of level, and I need to buy some self-leveler, regulage, and as you can see, Gracie's got little laser levels round her. So I just need my tape measure. Go and get the tape measure, Gracie. Here at the front of the laser level, see that? It is around about 82 millimeters. So if I take that 82 millimeters and then go into the back corner, or actually go here where I think is at its worst here, that's 90 millimeters, and that's 92 millimeters. Now if I move over into the back corner here, we can see that that is 65 millimeters. So there's about 28 millimeters, that's 70 millimeters. That's 70 millimeters. So this is a real eye spot here. The difference between here and over here is about 30 millimeters. And then as I go, say, under here, under the table there, that's about 84 millimeters, so that's not too bad. And then back here we're at 70 millimeters. So once I do some surveys along this floor, I can actually work out the volume of levelling compound I'm going to need. What do you think, Gracie? How much do you think we're going to need? I think we're going to need quite a lot. Let's go into the utility. I want to show you something in there now. Now, one of the other jobs I want to use this for is just to finish the tiling in the utility area. So far I've tiled the downstairs of the house apart from the utility. So I just need to work out my run as I run my tiles through. So if I line up the tiles with my grout lines there, I can actually then transfer that line through, so I can make sure my grout lines run down the grout lines and into the utility. Now I'm going to have to offset them in measurement because I can't actually get the main run through, but I can get that grout line going through there, and then I can run the other grout line through down the line. So now that's a job for the future, but I think it's going to be a little useful tool around the house and the workshop. There you are. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.